Good morning, friends. Brian King, the Mindset King here. I have a question for you. Do you only associate with people who share your religious beliefs or your philosophical leaning on the world, the universe, the meaning of people, whatever? Because one question I'm always kind of intrigued by when I get is when people seem to require to know where I stand in relationship to the God question. And one thing that I want to share is over the years that I've been practicing my professional life, I've worked with people across the spectrum, people that are atheist, Catholic, Christian, Jewish, Hindu, I mean, you name it. And when they come to me, it isn't because they want to make sure that I'm going to support them in their religious beliefs. They come to me because they realize I'm going to support them in my area of specialization, whether it's ADHD or Asperger's, autism, mindset, relationships, whatever it is. And I understand that in some people's lives, religion is such a strong component to how they see the world that they almost have somewhat of a fragile relationship with it, where they don't want it questioned in any way. They don't want the boat rocked in any respect. And the reality is, I'll respect that boundary. If someone says, I don't want to go there, okay, we won't go there. There are plenty of other things to talk about. I personally, I was raised Catholic. I officially, if you want to call it that, converted to Soto Zen Buddhism in the early 90s. I went through, the ritual at the Buddhist temple and all that stuff. But that doesn't mean that I now spit in the face of Catholicism. It just means that my spiritual understanding, or the way I relate to the world and the way I see my role in it, has changed. But I'm absolutely going to honor this very important point, okay? I'm going to honor how you conduct yourself, period. I don't care what you call yourself. Call yourself a Jew, a Christian, a Lutheran, a Hindu. Call yourself whatever you want. I'm ultimately going to relate to you based on how you conduct yourself. Because you can be a jerk in any faith. You can be a wonderful human being in any faith. It depends on how you show up in the world. There are people that use faith as a crutch, as a dodge, as an excuse. And there are also people that use it to refine their character in such a way where they can seem like an angel on earth, and all points in between. So the bottom line of all this is that it's important that we connect with each other according to our essential humanity. That's my value. And I suspect people are going to have different opinions on this. One of the things that I experienced when I was going through high school is I had a lot of friends that were in a church that was kind of a mainstream, Protestant denomination. It wasn't Catholic. And they had a very different approach to things than what I was raised on. And one of the things they said emphatically, they said this out loud, was don't associate with anybody that isn't Christian. And I was kind of flabbergasted by that, because I had a very eclectic social circle even then. And there was a richness to it that really helped me navigate high school and think about life in a different way. And I didn't think that diverse opinions were inherently toxic. If somebody was off partying on the weekend and becoming a vomit monster, I might want to stay away from this person because of how they conducted themselves. But simply because they had various religious beliefs didn't mean that they were immediately disqualified from participating in my life. So I find it interesting when someone uses that as, what's the word? Like a disqualifier, something that's a deal breaker, that I don't care how good a person you are. If you don't believe as I do, you're out. That's a very unfortunate way to approach things. And not everybody who's asked me that question has said it as a, okay, Bri, this is your $1 million question. You've answered all the rest of them correctly, but if you get this answer wrong, you'll lose the million and you're going home empty-handed. That's not usually how people approach that question. If anything, it's probably more of a curiosity than anything. But there are some people that I'd use it as a disqualifier. And you know what? Whatever. I prefer the richness of enjoying how people choose to show up. You know, there are some people that lead with their sexuality. There are some that lead with their intellect. There are some that lead with their emotions, with their femininity, with their masculinity. And if the way they conduct themselves in a way relieves the suffering in the world, that's a person I want to be around. But if someone is so narrow in their perspectives, whatever those perspectives may be, that it adds undue suffering, that conduct is what disqualifies somebody from being in my life. Not why they do it, but that they do it. Follow me? So that's just kind of my 2 cents on this. I know this is a much deeper discussion to get into, but hopefully this is enough to generate a conversation around it. And if so, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, whatever they may be. And if there's somebody that you think could really value from this conversation or contribute to it, please share it with them as well. And until we talk again, this has been Brian. Thanks for being you.